Miniatures provide a meditative outlet for anxiety for myself. I've had anxiety since I was a child, and I know everyone has anxiety because that's being human, but I've always been highly sensitized, and I've always loved dollhouses, even when I was a little girl. And I feel like that is why I go back to them now, and I'm really enmeshed in them at this time in my life, because I'm 57 and life has not gotten easier, that's for sure. And you know, when you get to a certain age, you start losing loved ones. And I feel like being in the dollhouses, I can just remember them with little memories, like the doggie that I have here that was my childhood dog that my mom always loved, Cocker Spaniels, and this one was Honeybee. And then, of course, I had the miniature to look like my mom as well. And like memories of my grandma with the strawberry jam and the loaf of bread. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you 3 items that I have from my childhood that was in my own childhood dollhouse that I had. And I only have 3 things from it, but they're very memorable, and I'm really grateful that I kept them. And my hope is that when you come to my channel and you see the miniatures, it's a way from you to get off social media that is just with stress, like the news or just all the information out there that's overwhelming, how to eat, what you should be doing to be healthy. I mean, a little dose of that's fine, but it's like everywhere now. One minute you're supposed to be eating a certain food, the next minute it's bad for us and we're supposed to eat something else. And there's always these trends on vitamins, what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating or taking. And it gets so stressful that after a while I feel like the stress is causing more harm than the food we're actually eating, even though I know there is dangers with certain foods, but in moderation, I don't think we have to give up everything. And in the houses, they don't give up everything. So like I have my cookies over here that Mother Goose makes that are on the stove. And then of course, there's also fruit over here. There's apples, there's cherries, there's strawberries, pomegranate, cantaloupe, and these would be from her garden. And then she also has her honey here that is from her own beehive. But then, when she wants a friend over and have company, she serves some chocolate cake. And tea is always brewing on the stove in Mother Goose's house. Even teapots. And in the witch's house, with the gypsy and witch, they like to throw parties, but they also eat healthy because they have some cabbage rolls here. And then they also have some pizza with all the toppings. And they have their mushrooms that they love and all their herbs and spices. But then they do have some margaritas because they like to have fun, and they'll have a drink once in a while. They even hang their own herbs and they dry them out. And obviously a bakery isn't the healthiest food, but what's healthy in here is the community and all the people that come together and they socialize. And just kind-hearted people getting together, sharing a dessert, having some tea and coffee. Now I'll show you the few items I have from my own childhood. One is this bedside dresser table, and I probably should have put a knob in the front because the knob is missing, but it's a nice little piece. It still looks brand new. I really like the color of the wood on it too. The other thing I have are these 2 Asian looking dolls that are made of wood. These were gifted to me from my great aunt who was born in 1898. And when she was 90, she passed away in 1992. I don't know the history of these except for that she had them and she thought I would like them for my dollhouse. And their heads kind of bobble or move a little bit, and they're hand painted. Now I know she never went to Japan or China. I do know she went to Hawaii, but I don't think that's when she got them. I think they might have been her daughter's when her daughter was little, so her daughter would have been little in the late 40s. It doesn't matter how old they are to me, it's just the meaning behind them. And I think they're really sweet, and they're made of solid wood. So I'm so glad I kept these. And I know my great aunt would have been thrilled to see them in this dollhouse. Because she lived in a Victorian home herself that I remember growing up and going over to visit. It actually reminds me a lot of this one. And the next item I'm going to show you is in the witch's gypsy's house. And it is this piece that's tucked underneath the stairway. And what I love about it, it fits perfect in here, and the look and everything is perfect. But what I love even more is the meaning behind it. So this came from Iceland, and it was from my aunt who had just passed away in 2022. And she was 19 or 20 years older than me, so she was a lot younger than my mom. She was 10 years younger than my mom. But we were, all our holidays were spent with her, and she grew up with us, or with me when I was little and growing up. And she went to Iceland when she was in her very early 20s, probably like 8 or 9 when she gave me this. And she brought this piece back from her vacation there. And I'm really a believer that things have meaning, and that things don't happen for just randomly. I think there's a purpose, and I didn't have anything to put under this area. Absolutely nothing I could find. And then I remembered I had this, and I wasn't sure where I was going to put it in a dollhouse yet. And it fits perfectly in here. So not only is it perfect with size, but also with the look for this home. And I thought it would be fun to put the cauldrons with the bubbling brew. They kind of iridescent and they glow in the dark. Perfect in this little area. And the other ironic thing that I don't think is ironic is my aunt loved animals, and she adored kitty cats. And she had quite a few in her lifetime. And doggies too.